Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Okay, finally, let's take a look at the Bitcoin market. Here's, I see the one tricky moment that might really make impact on performance for a few weeks if this happens. So, returning back to our discussion on Monday, we said that we're watching for a hand shoulders here. In general, it works nice, and we considered levels starting from the 104.50, from the first area down to approximately 103.88 to be precisely, where the stands support, and that was lows of the potential left arm, right? So here we've got great entry, right arm stands in place, market shows the bounce. Here's nice upward action, so you can see that's not something like this. It is straightforward. There's some acceleration the same way as here, so this is good sign. And dealing with this head and shoulders is relatively simple, because market has to either keep going higher or hand shoulders probably will fail. Why? Because when market shows such an acceleration with the pattern and breaking the neckline, so this is not the neckline, this is actually resistance of the daily flag, I will show a bit later. So when it shows this type of performance, neckline even flatter, so it has been broken as well. But then return it back down, especially when it stands in an area of the no overbought, where it has no big resistance levels, and it has really free space for keep going higher, but suddenly turns down and dropping. That will tell you that something irrational happens. And usually when irrational thing stands on the market, usually they are keep going in this direction. So in this case, I suggest that if market will fail to keep going higher right from here, drop down, more probable that we could get dropped down back to the 100,000, guys. So because the one of the possible patterns that we could get, actually, you can see here might be even greater hand shoulders pattern. And if market will not show the direct upward continuation with this smaller one, it means that we should be ready for a deep retracement. That's the most tricky moment of the current placement of the price. On the daily chart, everything stands relatively nice, and overall performance that we have here stands in favor of the direct upward continuation, because we have some divergence here that suggests taking out of this top. Market at the edge of the upside breakout. ADP report recently was negative, so big deviation from the expectations. So that's in general support, and if we today will get also poor payrolls numbers, that could boost the Bitcoin performance, let them to keep going higher. So from that standpoint, I suggest that some minimum target to the upside might be completed. So with this performance that we have, besides here is clearly we have bullish reversal bar, so you could easily to identify it, because it actually engulfs two previous sessions, and not even previous two, but almost the whole week that has been formed here. Then upward action has started. If this really will be the case, and I hope that it will be, market should trying to complete at least 1165 target. Based on the hand shoulders, this is minimum extension of the 618 ratio. It's 1165. And take a look, it stands very close to the top. If further action will happen, market trying to challenge this, OP will be 116 area. But that will be already very close to the monthly target. So in the current circumstances, it would be better to stay focused on just this area, if this will happen. So if you haven't taken position with these hand shoulders, but you would like to take the long position, the only thing that you need actually is to consider more stress and upward swing. Just because of the things that I explained in the beginning of the video, that any drop lower, drop below 107, when the market starts coming back to the A points, erasing this upward action, that will be signs of weakness. So here you could get minor hand shoulders instead to the downside, and market could start deep downside action. So it means that market has to stay on these two retracement levels inside of this swing to keep bullish context valid. So that means that if you plan to take the long position, you could consider taking it on the fib levels, and that will be your invalidation point. Now market stands in the local extension of the XA swing, it's around 127. Next will be 111. And it will be very close to the 111.65 that we have here in COP. So probably we could set the target around 111, even 111.65 for the next upward move. And then actually we will see what will happen. Currently our primary object is to avoid possible sharp reversal and starting of the downward action. That will let market to keep bullish context valid, and that would let us to consider possible challenging of the top and moving higher to the next major target that we have on a monthly chart and that we have here on the daily as well. Another important thing for that is actually distraction of the possible scenario with the reverse head and shoulders on top on the weekly chart. Recall what we talked about this. This market could show the deep retracement. If it will not happen, then probably this pattern will not be formed and market will continue straightforward upward continuation. So that ensures what we have here.